I'm Joe Alcorn, an artist based in Dundee. If you like mystery stories, the Pict is probably the best mystery story in Europe. What happened to them? Why did they come to an end? These are a fascinating people, and we should be proud of them. We obviously became Scots in name, but we still stayed Picts. It's a difficult story to tell about a people that they know very little about. But there's things out there, there's little, it's like a jigsaw puzzle that we're putting pieces together, and there's a lot of pieces missing. I'd rather the puzzle was never totally filled in, because I like the idea, because if the puzzles or pieces are missing, that's where the artist comes in, and he's allowed to fill it in with his own imagination, the things that he or she likes. I like myths, and I interwoven all those myths into my imagination to create quite a few different series of paintings. The series that led up to the Pict series was Welfare Boots, which was more personal, about growing up in Dundee, and obviously being on welfare you would have received welfare boots to wear. And that series was telling people about if you were on welfare, you had to go and get certain clothes that were given to you. They were all the same. Everybody was able to tell that you were on welfare. I bought a whole load of these ones because they were going cheap, so I have about 20 of them. And they're good because they protect my eyes, how big they are. And it makes me look trendy. Because seemingly it's in style now, wearing these big glasses. The Picts were a matriarch society, and I want to see us coming back to that. We have less chance of having wars and battles, and who wants to spend, what female society that's strong wants to spend its money on weapons? They'd rather spend it on childcare. So it's trying to get people to realise we have lost something from our ancestors. We need to get back to it. I did a series of paintings called The Crucifixion with the Venuses, where all these different goddesses throughout the world that have been pushed aside by a male god. And that series led on to do the survival of the pagan gods. It's not that I'm a pagan, it's just that I believe in democracy, and I believe that people are entitled to their own beliefs, and I don't see why a few religions should dominate what religion is, even though I'm not religious. My partner June died about, that would be 98. And it's too young to die, but it wasn't something I took easy. It wasn't something I took easy at all. It was hard, and I stopped doing any art for years. I couldn't do any art. In fact, I didn't do any art until I was in Berlin, and there was a book, and the title of the book was Ice Cold Angel. And I thought, that's a great title. But it actually brought me out. It brought me out of where I had been. I had been trapped. And Ice Cold Angel just brought me out of that death part of me. That led on to everything to do with my relationship again with stone, because I went back into the graveyards. It seems a macabre place to be, but it's not. And in graveyards, you get great ideas for sculpting in stone. We're in the Abal Church, and as you can see through the window is the Abal stone. You see the Pict images on one side, the Christian image on the other, and I think this is their way of letting you know how significant their God is, and this is bringing them in. And again, you find them in lots of ancient old churchyards, in their wall, in the graveyard area, or actually inside the actual building or the church. On this side is the Christian side, and some of the images on it, as you can see, the knotting is Celtic with this Celtic cross. But there's a lot of other knotted beasts on this stone which resemble Pictish images. Many of these images I've used in my own sculptures. As a young man discovering this stone, I conjured up all sorts of reasons why the hole in this sculpture existed. Of course, from an artist's point of view, whatever the truth is, doesn't really matter. What matters to me is that it meant to me that it was some sort of linkage between an ancient culture and their religion and a new culture and their religion. And one was to dominate the other and eventually eliminate the earlier culture. I came here as a boy once, but I was here picking tatties in the tatty field, and it was the first time I saw this stone as a young boy. And at the break, I came across to have a look at it, and all the others wondered what on earth I was wasting my time doing. I do believe that stone is the part that's to do with death rather than to do with life. There's plenty of evidence that's coming out now. Quite new archaeological research has shown that there's been wooden henges and there've been stone henges. And the wooden henges were to do with life, and it seems that the stone henges were to do with death. It's like when you go to a gravestone to see your family. Few people leave without touching the stone. If you watch anyone putting down flowers, they always touch the stone or they clean it. You'll see people washing it down and cleaning the stone. Hell, it's about a stone, but it's their link to their family. I see them all the time. I'm always in graveyards. I'm sad. I'm a sad person. I go looking in graveyards, but they're fascinating places to go. It isn't just your connection, it's this healing. If you stand in a stone circle, a Stonehenge, you feel the energy, and I think that energy is to do with healing. I don't even believe in God, but there is an energy there, honestly. I'm not making it up. You have to go and experience it yourself. Although it's death, how do you get over death? You've got to be healed, don't you, to get over the tragedy or the loss of a loved one. And so going to the stones was a place where people got healing. Because the stone's like that lightning rod, it goes straight down into the ground. And I experienced it when I was very young, climbing on them. There was something good about this. But you're too young to take it in to understand what it was. I think that's what it's all about. I think it's got something to do with connecting to our ancestors. And I'm sure the Pict standing stones are exactly doing that. They're telling us about, here, this is where our ancestors land. They're buried in this land.